coming down.
Does he have it?
Medeiros is going to get it.
Haven't got it.
He's on the outside line though, going into the fastest corner on the circuit. Surely this can't work.
Dominic Ligner has got a sensational run outside line now though for the heavy braking zone. Around the outside goes the Audi R8.
Look how much Miller's caught back into play. Exactly, Miller's still such up. He's not on second and change. All of a sudden Miller's back in play.
Can Barry do it? Big Barry's going to do it. Big Barry! Good evening and welcome back to Sunday nights, and it can only mean one thing: the iGPFun Round 9 live from Vimala. I am James Parfitt, and tonight I am going to be joined in the booth by a very good friend of mine. Mr. Alex Goldschmidt is joining me this evening here. Ewan is off, unfortunately, this evening, so we've got Alex in, which is a bonus here tonight as well. But thank you so much for joining us. If you are over in YouTube chat, welcome in. Jerome, good luck, boys. Good luck there as well for all of the these drivers, and we've got 52 of them on track here at Imola, 4.86 kilometers, and they've got 19 turns to contend with here. And let's start bringing you up the championship standing straight away. As you know, we covered the top 30 of the championship, and it is Lee Aberdeen winning the overalls by 2 points there on 2.78 from Kenzie Newhoff on 2.76, with Luca Rolani tied behind him. Antonio Jimenez on 2.71, Will McIntyre 2.67, then Pedro Suarez on 2.38, Kevin Webster on 2.28, Adam Townsma on 2.22, Evan Way 2.19, Andy Flint 2.17, Victor Barris 2.16, Alex Lado 2.13, and Chuck Morrow in 13th on 1.93. Christian Glamseater on 1.87, with Jack Willems behind him on 1.75. Then we've got Marcius Putnieks on 1.68, Marek Otlovs 1.63, Vyacheslav Potapenko on 1.57, Lucas Marek on 1.52, Edward Amos on 1.50, Koji Ito on 1.47, Irvin Stumlikens on 1.29, Steve Ridders on 1.20, Zach Weir on 1.15, and Zoltan Zamota is down there on 1.08. Then we've got John McKenzie 1.01, Rino Scatini on 97, Paolo Brem on 96, Mark Louvet on 90, Jakub Olazwinski on 89, rounds out the top 30 there as well. Thank you so much for joining us. What an interesting race it's going to be here this evening. And I think you've listened to me talk enough. Let's bring Alex into the booth. Good evening, young sir. How are you?
Good evening, James. Good evening, everybody. What a fantastic circuit. Autodromo Enzo e Dino Ferrari, 40 kilometers east of Bologna, and it's based in the Emilia-Romagna region. Provides great action, including Formula 1, including GTs, and Formula 3. I love the Dallara F312. It's a class that, you know, the old school F3s back when Formula 3 was the FIA Formula 3 European Championship. And this circuit, you know, it's got a lot of twisty technical parts of it, but it's fast flowing. And you know, we see Jesper Sandström, who was last season's champion. I think this is his first appearance on the championship. He's currently P2 in qualifying as we're running into the final couple of minutes. But Kevin Svenstra is leading the way, but it's not by much. I mean, I'm looking all the way down to, like, say, 20th position. They're covered by just over 1.1 seconds. It's rapidly close in this qualifying session, but everyone's going to be, you know, when you said 52, 53 drivers tonight here at iGPFun, the first two words that came into my head, mate, were Mamma Mia. Yeah. Quite appropriate with this track, wasn't it?
It definitely was, and I think it's going to be an interesting one. But don't forget, we have got the purple zone, guys. Okay, so the purple zone on lap 1 does restrict overtaking until they get off round by the Variante Villeneuve out the exit of turn 6 on that run down into Tosa, and they are free to battle after that one. Okay, so the purple zone will stretch out to turn 6 here as well this evening, so they will be able to do that. Now, obviously, some of the corners will be checked as well. I know we were talking about this before, Alex, weren't we? That Villeneuve turn 5 and 6, 4 wheels off the curb may trigger a penalty. The Piratella turn 9 is 4 wheels off the curb, again might trigger a penalty, and there's a couple of others on there as well. Variante Alta, Acqua Minerale, Ravazza as well, so they've got to be careful here this evening of the way the races is going to go. 30 laps though of some epic action. I think that's going to be a key, isn't it? Mastering them corners to be able to make sure they've got a nice clean lap.
Particularly Acqua Minerale, because the point that they'll be checking on the circuit is the second part of it. It's when you're, you know, you go through Piratella, then you go down the dip, you then go, and Acqua Minerale is deceptively 3 corners. So you've got turn 11, turn 12, which are 2 right-handers, and then 13 is the slight kink afterwards, as Jesper Sandström is about to cross the line again. I mean, we're into the dying throws in qualifying. So, but then also the biggest thing is that if a driver gets a slowdown penalty, aka a black flag, they have to serve it off of the racing line. That's quite crucial, because they won't want people to be caught up in incidents. And then there's also the rule about driving off track voluntarily, which gives you 1 incident point. It's strictly prohibited and it can be penalised, but errors from drivers are not aimed to be monitored as per the organisation states in their regulations. So I'm really looking forward to seeing that once you cry havoc, let's slip the dogs of war from turn 6 at the second part of Variante Villeneuve, it's going to be the run down to Tosa. It's a very tight left-hander, and that could be a very, very early pinch point. You know, Piratella, downward, fast sweeping, left-hander, because you're going to be going down the gearbox by a gear or two. You're going to be scrubbing off some speed. Could see some 3-wide action going through there. Variante Alta is another point. You know, you get that completely wrong, you are going to be straight on, and it will be an unfortunate rejoin if someone goes straight on and then clatters into some other cars. So this circuit is going to be challenging everybody. You know, we're going to be doing nearly the best part of 150 kilometers. You know, it's recommended that these drivers will have 44 litres of fuel in the tank at least. But there's also that opportunity where some drivers might decide to err on the side of caution, might put a couple of litres less in there, maybe to use the slipstream, which would be quite crucial coming out of Livatsa at turns 17 and 18. And that's a double left-hander that's quite fearsome in its own right. So slipstream down from turn 18, down the Variante Bassa, which is the main start-finish straight, into Tamborero, which is effectively turns 2, 3 and 4, because you've got a slight kink coming, you know, on the main start-finish straight. So it's not a traditional start-finish straight. It's one that's got a slight kink in it to the right-hand side. Yeah, it definitely has here, and it's a track that will test these drivers to the maximum 25 degrees track temperatures here this evening, as we are waiting for the last to come across the line, ready to bring you up with the grid, and it's going to be a absolute outstanding race. So get ready, we will bring you all the action as much as we can. Obviously, with this amount of cars on track, we will do our physical best to catch everything, and I'm sure we will try and do everything we can in our power to catch all the action. But it is going to be a full-on race here this evening. I expect to be unbelievable. Kenzie Neuhoff down in 7th place. We've seen this before, guys. If you've watched any of the races so far, you will know Kenzie in qualifying are like Marmite and peanut butter. They just don't go together. But I'm sure from Kenzie's point of view, he will work his way through the order. But here is the grid. We've got Kevin Swemstra on 1st place, Jesper Sandstrom on 2nd, Lee Aberdeen in 3rd, Will McIntyre Jones 4th, Victor Barris 5th, Max Bartolotto, last week's winner in 6th, Kenzie Neuhoff 7th, Luca Varani 8th, Andy Flint 9th, Pedro Suarez 10th, Alex Lado 11th, and Jakub Olezwinski down in 12th. Then beyond that, Sinan Demibras in 13th, Tony Jimenez 14th, Evan Way 15th, Clark Williams 16th, Christian Glamsey 17th, Zoltan Samota 18th, Zach Wynn 19th, Joris Bloom 20th, Marcello Kessler 23rd, Steve Ridders 22nd, Marcius Putniak 23rd, Chuck Morrow in 24th. Irvin Stumakins 25th, Marek Otlovs 26th, Nick Carty 27th, Vyacheslav Podopenko in 28th, John McKenzie 29th, Koji Ito 30th, Stuart Milne 31st, Adam Townsman 32nd, Jack Willems 33rd, Edward Amos 34th, Reno Schittini in 35th, and Philip Lucas in 36th. Queenie in 37th, Arturo Mayorga in 38th, Shady Ahmed 39th, Patrick Rowlands 40th, Paolo Brem 41st, Giovanni Solito 42nd, Alistair Hayes 43rd, Matthew Gracie 44th, Dorian Oreo 45th, Maximilian Gerbart 46th, Ruben Vale 47th, Carlos Ferrero is in 48th. Then beyond that, we have got Sergio Cacavero, 49th, Taylor Barnard, 50th, Alex Dunn, 51st, Kane Laskey, 52nd, and George Kelstrup in 53rd place. So a 53-car grid here this evening, and I think one that's, well, it's going to be very busy. We're going to have a quick look here at Kevin Swemstra's F3 as we are just waiting for the lights. I believe it's Clark Williams, Alistair Hay, Taylor Barnard, Alex Dunn, Kane Laskey, and George Kelstrup to get out on to the grid currently at the moment here, Alex. But it's going to be a full-on race here, and I think one that we're both going to sit back and enjoy. Yes, indeed. You know, 30 laps around this iconic circuit. But James, over to you for the race start.
Here we go. The lights are going to be on here as well. 5 lights. And we are going to be green, and away we go here at Imola. Don't forget, we have got the purple zone that will lead us all the way out to turn 6. Currently at the moment, as these guys are going through turn 1, no real dramas for anyone. That's really kind of expected when you've got a single file purple zone as we get before we go out onto the run, out into Toza when they all start going. And this will be the one. They're going through Villeneuve now, and now they're free to race. It's going to be going here as they're going down into Toza, and it's Webster, Sandstrom and Aberdeen, all from the Alcantech NHR team. Currently 1, 2, 3 here with everybody bunched up behind him. Not a lot of gap here, Alex, but they all got away fairly cleanly apart from Philip Lucas, who took a trip off track.
Yeah, dropped 3 places in the meantime. Quite a few drivers have had safety points issued. Maximilian Gebhardt is under the eyes of the team here at iGPFun as we ride on board with Kevin Svenstra, making his way up in towards what will be a very, very quick part of the circuit. They're going to be now heading into Variante Alta, and you've got to make sure that you get that part of the circuit right. But of course, that is one of the zones that are going to be checked all the way through the race. Jesper Sandström within about 0.3 of a second as they go down the hill into the double left here at Rivatsa before we complete the opening lap out of 30. Again, it's another watchful point on the circuit. Zoltan Zamotor has got up to 16th place. Stephen Ridder's up to 19th. Vyacheslav Potapenko up 2 positions to 26, but Kevin Svenstra has really got Jesper Sandström, who's alongside him, and Sandström has got through for the race lead on the run down to Tamburello as we start lap 2.
Yeah, Sandström took the lead there. We've got Victor Barris having a go with Will McIntyre-Jones. McIntyre-Jones in the black and green, currently in front of him at the moment.
Suarez off. Suarez off. Yeah.
Suarez is gone. On to maybe contact with Tuma Gonzalez. We're on board with him now. As unfortunately he has gone off track. He's lost a bunch of positions, down 9 places. Steve Ruder's up 4, one of your biggest gainers, now up 5. Oh, off in front as well. Joris Bloom is off as well, and I think Steve Rudders may have taken a trip across the grass as it's all getting a little bit sloppy down in that mid pack currently at the moment. And everybody unfortunately making mistakes here on lap 2 of 30. And once more it's getting that way with these amount of cars on track currently at the moment. But it is Victor Barris chasing down McIntyre-Jones with Bartolotta, last week's winner, and Kenzie Newup behind him as well. We're expecting Kenzie to start coming through the field, of course. Second in the championship at the moment, Alex. Even when you add the 2 drop rounds, he's only 1 point behind Lee Aberdeen as well. So he's got all to play for. He's got to try and get near where Aberdeen is, and Aberdeen's currently sat in 3rd place.
Yeah, I mean, it's so close to call it this latter part of this second season of iGPFun for 2023. Joris Blom was off the circuit, had significant damage. Along with that, Ruben Valle, Ervins to Molkans dropped all the way down to the back end of the field. I'm not too sure if Joris Blom is still running, because we ended up with 47 cars, as Arturo Mayorga in the number 5 has dropped down the order like a proverbial stone in a pond. And God, again, it's just those pinch points. It's just those pinch points, especially going into Livatsa. You throw it up the inside and you're 2, maybe even 3 wide, because these F3 cars can go 3 wide at that point of the circuit. But then we've got this really good battle here being led by Max Bortolotta with Victor Barris and Kenzie Nieuwenhof just behind them. Luca Verani running at the top 8 with Andy Flint and Alex Liedo in 10th position. Looking up and down the order at the moment, Chuck Morrow's gotten up from 24th to 21st and is on the heels of Marcello Kessler in the number 228, who rounds out the top 20. But yeah, a few mistakes, and yeah, the drivers have just got to watch. You know, they've got to cross the T's, dot the I's. This is a circuit that you've got to really wait for your opportunities to overtake on.
Yeah, definitely here, Luca Ferrari as well, with Newhoff in front, Barris in front of that, and Bartolotta, of course, in front of that, opening up about a 1.2 gap from Bartolotta to Verani as they go on that run down now into the Ravazza turn 17 and 18, the double left-hander here as well. They do class the little kink to the right as a corner on the start-finish straight. Not entirely sure if we can classify that as a corner, but we will run with it as well. Zoltan Zamoto has got Christian Glamseater for company, and Suarez as well. Suarez, of course, going off track, is looking to come back through the field. He's down 7 at the moment, but it is Glamseater running side by side with Zamoto. How is this one going to work out as well? It's going to be 3 wide with Suarez as he's going to take it down into turn 1. Are they going to all make it through? That's going to be the question. And it's Suarez gone from the front of the free, Alex, to from the back of the free to the front of the free. And Glamseater couldn't make it past Zamoto at the same time.
That just goes to show how powerful the slipstream is down the Variante Bassa, the main straightaway here. And Suarez just went for it, 3 wide, got the inside run, and just got the job done so easily. Patrick Rowlands has gone off. Shady Ahmad has just gone off as well. He's dropped down to 42nd position. So there are still battles up and down the order. But yeah, I mean, the train we've got the Max Bortolotta train in 5th position. He's got Barris, Newhoff, Ferrari, Flint, Liedo, and not too far behind in 11th position is Jakub Ozluszki in the number 57. He's about a second off of Liedo's, so that is going to be probably more than likely a 7-car train for 5th position.
Yeah, it definitely is now, and it is McIntyre Jones has clear. He's opened up 1.3 to Bartolotta at the moment. Newhoff is still unable to clear Barris currently as well. So unfortunately for Newhoff, he's still there, but we're expecting him. He starts coming on strong. We know how he works. He gets qualifying 7th to 10th all the time, and then he starts making his way through the field. Armac is in the pits currently, and at the moment, it's going to be Barris to try and defend. He takes the inside line. Newhoff's going to try and run him around the outside, coming into Tamburello currently at the moment as well. How is this going to work? Newhoff's going to try to switch back. He's going to go early, and then he's going to go again. Varani's going to try and have a go as well. Didn't make it through this time on the run down into Villeneuve, and Newhoff's got to go again with Varani sat behind him. Now, we've seen this before with Varani. He gets into a position that sometimes we sit back and discuss and say, like, you know, come on, Luca, you've got the pace, get a little bit more, go for it, you know, and we've seen him before in this position when he's been in 3rd or 2nd and he's been trying to battle with the leaders, but currently now he finds himself in 8th place, Alex, and it's a different story being down into this pack. He's got to try and pick them off carefully, one by one at least.
Yeah, he's got to watch his 6 anyway, because Andy Flint and Alex Liedo are catching. Ozluszki is not that far behind. Sinan Demirbas is also there. Tony Jimenez, Evan Way, Pedro Soares is in 15th place, and he's gapped Christian Gramsetter. As Lee Aberdeen's been off. Lee Aberdeen's been off, and he's dropped outside of the top 10. And more dramas for the Ogensek NHR by Nyman Racing. I'm going to have a look at the replay here. Oh, he just loses the back end through the chicane, and that was Variante Alta.
He catches the curb. He bounces the exit curb. If you have a look there, and unfortunately, where the car's up on 2 wheels, you haven't got 4 wheels putting it on the track, unfortunately for him. So Lee Aberdeen now dropping down the order. He's down in 15th place after that incident. Barris is going again. He's again defending that inside. He's sent Newhoff around the outside. Are they going to run this down now? They're going to try too wide. It would only work if it was facilitated, and it was, and it didn't work. Unfortunately for Barris there, Newhoff's had to pull over. He slotted back in front of Varani there, but it was close once more. Jimenez and Demibas and Way are having a fight in a freeway. And then further down, we've got Steve Ridders, Macias Putnieks, Oplovs, Potapenko, McKenzie, Milne and Carty all here on the pitch at the same time. These 5 guys battling away once more here as he's unbelievable going down into Toza. There is battles all the way through the field here, Alex.
The biggest thing is the championship ramifications for Lee Aberdeen. He came in leading by just a couple of points ahead of Kevin Svenstra and Luca Varani. So those two can really profit tonight through that unfortunate and uncharacteristic mistake for the 122. You know, it's 2 points separating the top 3 in the championship, considering taking drop scores into potential consideration. So now it's about how Lee Aberdeen closes back up. I mean, it's 2.4 seconds behind Pedro Soares in the number 45 in 14th place. So, yeah, it's what Varani and Svenstra do now. But Sandstrom is leading by 2.1 seconds. And we're now on to lap number 7 out of 30.
Yeah, he's absolutely flying currently as last season's champion. Of course, Jester Sandstrom there as well. Bartolotta is still opening up. He's got a 1.1 second gap back to Barris. Varani's now got to try and run the outside. Oh, but Newhoff as well down into the Tamburello. How's this going to work? Give him room. Give him room. Oh, Newhoff does. And Andy Flint almost capitalises on the back. So does Lado. Lado's going once more. Varani pulls out to try and defend the inside line. Flint tucks in once more behind him on that run in through Variante Villeneuve, and then down into Toza they go. Oh, I tell you what, Lado is looking racing here behind Flint, Alex, and it doesn't look like he's going to be waiting much longer here. He's clearly got the pace currently at the moment. It feels he needs to be higher than 9th.
Yeah, also keeping an eye on the timing at the moment. Marcelo Kessler battling away with Chuck Morrow for 19th position. As you said, Potapenko battling with McKenzie for 24th. And side by side between the pair, they're going into the right-hander. Oh, that was very, very close, but Marcelo Kessler stays ahead. Now they're going into Acqua Minerale, and you can just see the left-hand side. Oh, 2 wheels on the runoff area there from Marcelo Kessler, but he was, you know, if that was all 4 wheels off onto that green AstroTurf, then that could possibly have been picked up a penalty, but Pedro Suarez is off the circuit. Oh no, the Portuguese driver.
Yeah, Suarez is off. I wonder if he's had contact, because Lee Aberdeen was right behind him. No.
Oh, he's done a Lee Aberdeen, hasn't he?
He's caught the curve on the outside. He didn't bounce the inside curb for Suarez, but he did catch the exit curb. Onto the accelerator he went, and now he's got Potapenko climbing all over him like a baby monkey all over his mum currently at the moment is Potapenko. And now for Potapenko, he's got McKenzie behind him as well. And then behind that, Jacques Willems is also chasing down Nick Carty. Is Willems going to have to run? Carty's opened up the inside. He's left the inside open. Oh,
that was... Jacques Willems did a great job there, just timed the slipstream to perfection heading into the Tamburello. Absolutely brilliant. Evan Way, in the meantime, has got past Sinan Demirbas for 12th place, and so Evan Way up 3 positions. Lee Aberdeen has made his way past Christian Bamsetter for 14th, so the fights continue, the comeback continues from Lee Aberdeen. I mean, we're on to lap 8 out of 30. There's still an opportunity for Aberdeen. If he's running at a low 137, you look at those in front, Evan Way, Sinan Demirbas, they're running on a mid 138, so Aberdeen could be past them in the next couple of laps, and then make his way as Chuck Morrow just has a brief off track and drops again behind Morrow. Oh, and he's lost the back end. Big sign.
Yeah, Acqua Minerale there for Chuck Morrow. Suarez makes up another position. Of course, Suarez hasn't been innocent tonight. He's made a couple of mistakes himself. And Chuck Morrow did make one in Acqua Minerale there. And it's important here in the 2,500 I-rated standards as well. Currently led by Edward Amos. He's drawing with Potapenko. And Potapenko currently is in front of Amos. There is Potapenko in 24th, and Amos is down in 30th. Mind you, I'm not going to say he's far behind, because he's not. He's in the background of the picture there as well. So for Potapenko, he's kind of got to get a wriggle on, because this man, Edward Amos, is trying to come through, and he's following through Adam Townsma. Pedro Suarez has just gone past Stuart Milne at the same time. Lee Aberdeen now has just trying to get away from Demi Basser and currently at the moment, but that's Aberdeen in 13th now, Alex. He's got a 1.1 second gap to try and get onto the back of Evan Way, and one that I'm sure from Aberdeen's point of view, judging by the fact he's done a 1:37.01, Aberdeen on a 1:37.48, he's going to have time to do, because he's still got 21 laps to do it.
Yeah, also looking at the rookie classifications, Carlos Verareo is leading the way, but he's all the way down. Get this, 45th position. Zach Ware, who's his closest competitor, along with Sergio Sanchez Cachafero, you know, they're separated by 5 points and complete the top 3. I mean, Zach Ware at the moment, where is he? Currently 16th. Cachafero currently 35th. So they're going to make a little bit of an indent in Villareal's points lead in the rookie classification. So championships are changing in terms of the dynamics with who's where on the circuit, as we see Talisman from the Scuderia Racing Force is battling away over he's battling away with Mauro, Carty, Lucas is right behind him, possibly. Oh, that was very, very close indeed there. They've really got to watch their P's and Q's, and it just goes to show, even nice to see a little bit of a Brawn GP livery is around. Now, was that Lucas around the outside? Yeah. Oh, that's brave through Rivazza. Brave through Rivazza. They're still side by side going down the start-finish straights. Carty, that is Talisman, I think, possible. Well, that might be Carty alongside.
Yeah, Carty.
It's going to be 3 wide now. 3 wide. Oh, look at this. Oh, it's getting a bit too close for comfort on the run down to Tamburello once again.
Yeah, Amos made up a place there as well. He passed Townsma. Oh, he's off. He's off. Is he? Oh, I thought he was going to save it. He
saved. Code Brown. I'm going to say it right there and then. Yeah. He needs to change his underwear after that excursion, I think.
He definitely did, but Jack Willems is under attack by John McKenzie and Chuck Morrow, down in 24th, 25th and 26th place as well. And Tony Jimenez is not far behind Andy Flint, so we'll keep an eye on that one here as well. But this is the three cars of Willems, McKenzie and Morrow, with Carty bringing up the rear there, the blue and white. Just saw a flash of him go past, and Potapenko in front of us. And this is another battle taking place further down the order. It seems like was that McKenzie? I think it was.
Yes, it was. McKenzie's dropping. McKenzie's now 33rd, and he might be out. Oh, return to garage, unfortunately, there.
Yeah, it looks like, he's there. That's it. Left all of it in the wall.
Left front's dangling away like a chicken leg when it's been dispatched from the carcass. And the front wing was off there quicker than you can say the word jump after he went into the barriers.
Yeah, Lee Aberdeen making another place now. He's back up into 12th over Evan Way. He's got Oleszewski up in front of him in 11th. There he goes, just at the base of your screen there, in the maroon liveried F3 Aberdeen from the Alcantech NHR. Tony Jimenez in front of Oleszewski as he's going to try and defend, but he's got to try and do it quick. Oleszewski's on a 38.2, Jimenez on a 137.4, but it doesn't look like them lap times are really reflecting on where they are on the track at the moment, as these guys are going on that run down into the Piratella currently at the moment here. And it's interesting to know that even though Philip Lucas has just been off, Demir Bass has also been off as well. Amos is off. Oh, Edward Amos, are you back up and running? You are. You're carried on, and then Townsman's in front behind you with Nick Carty up the road, of course. And Chuck Willems has now got Chuck Morrow for company behind him as well here, Alex. It's just lap 11. 19 to go, and it's just interesting how they're still so close. You would have thought as the times that have evolved, but I suppose we have got 52 cars on track. It's you're not going to get away very far without hitting somebody else, are you?
No, Philip Lucas looks to be in pit lane, and his race is no longer continuing. It looks like, well, according to the live timing I've got here, that gap is just expanding. I mean, Luca Barani is currently in 7th at the moment, but Spencer is doing a very, very calm and composed job in 2nd. Will McIntyre-Jones rounds out the top 3, but as soon as we saw that Jesper Sandström was back on the grid, well, I think everyone needed to have their Weetabix this morning, because Sandström definitely had his ready break, and he's been absolutely flying. I think he's even set the fastest lap of the race as well, a 1 minute 36.53. As there is the Digital Apex 141 of Will McIntyre-Jones. And look who's behind him, Max Bartolotta. No longer being the man at the front of the train, he's wanting a top 3.
Yeah, he's trying to close it down now on this run down into the Acqua Minerale. Bartolotta, who took the victory last week, of course, at Donington Park, and is now trying to push into a podium position with McIntyre-Jones. Suarez is trying to go with Putney X here, and Putney X is literally there. So Suarez is through. He's trying to battle his way back up. He kind of gets on a run, overtakes some people, makes a mistake, goes again. Then he makes a mistake. Kessler.
And he's off. That was the same place that Philip Lucas went off as well, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
So that is going to be a very, very heavily damaged Delara F312 on that particular occasion. It just goes to show this track just bites. It really bites hard. It was actually the place where John McKenzie went off.
Yeah.
And so the same thing happened. Left front suspension and steering damage, and a knackered front wing that's asunder from the car.
Bartolotta's going with McIntyre-Jones.
That's great.
No!
Coming out of the chicane. He nearly had it done and dusted, did Bartolotta. He's through. So close. That would have been the overtake of the night.
Too many right foot beans, I think, could be the terminology. And Lee Aberdeen has gone past Bartolotta there. And unfortunately for Bartolotta, he's now down in 12th. He's going to be kicking himself. Steve Ridders has just been off track at the same time. Aberdeen's back up into 11th. Pedro Suarez is chasing down Zoltan Zamota here for 18th and 17th place respectively. Obviously Suarez is trying to come back through the field.
Jacques Willems has also been off the track and has dropped down the order. I mean, you're saying about Lee Aberdeen, he's currently 11th. could we see Lee Aberdeen maybe pull off the comeback of the day and get back up into, looking at it now, he's only half a second behind Ojluski in 10th. So he's on course for at least the top 10. Glamstetter goes off.
Oh,
he drops out of the top 15.
He's right in front of us there. He's just gone off the base of the picture beside us, Glamstetter. Zamota is under attack from Suarez. Suarez trying to make this move now. Is he going to be able to take the inside line? He is. That's Suarez up into 16th. Good evening, Mr. Higgins. Hope you're well there as well. Thank you so much for joining us. I hope you're having a wonderful evening. Glamstetter now with Putnieks in front and Otlov's coming up 1.4 seconds behind him. Can Glamstetter get through? He's going to take a dive into the Ravazza. Oh, he's got to be giving him room. He does give him room this time around. Oleswinski has got Lee Aberdeen. Aberdeen's on the inside. Job done going down into Tamburello. I think this is Aberdeen through. It is. He takes his normal line on the exit, and Aberdeen now back up into 10th. Put the X and Glamstetter side by side as well. On the run down, they start finish straight. Alex, they're going to make the move down into Tamburello. I think Put the X is going to have the inside. Job done. That inside line does seem quite strong, and I'm surprised that Glamstetter didn't defend more. But he is. Oh, is he going to get? Oh, this is going to be close.
This is the run. This is the run down to turns 5 and 6 at Villeneuve, and Glamstetter just throws it up the inside on Putnieks, who's got Ortlov's right up the rear wing, and then Bartolotta trying to recover. Currently sitting in 11th position. He's about a second behind Lee Aberdeen, who is in turn just under a second behind Tony Jimenez. Ortlov's again trying to get past Putnieks as they, it's been absolutely crazy all the way through this. They've just come through Bertilla now. Aquaminolare, just keep it nice and tidy. Don't run off of all four wheels outside of the white lines, because you will be copping a penalty post-race. But I mean, the way that Jesper Sandström, if you haven't been talking about the leader that much, as we both know, a little bit of an off-track for Lee Aberdeen, but he keeps it planted. At the moment, Svenstra and Lee will have a little bit more of, they'll be breathing in some respects a sigh of relief, but they will notice by their timing of how far up the order Lee Aberdeen is. And now that he's in 10th, he's on par with Tony Jimenez in terms of the current race pace at the moment. They're both running in the 1:37.1s. Kenzie Neuhoff is closing in on Victor Barris for P4. Perry about half a second adrift, and then you add Will McIntyre-Jones to that three-way scrap for what could be third at the end of this race. I'm going to hazard a guess. I think Lee Aberdeen will be a little bit further up the top 10 by the checkered.
Right. Okay. So he's got just broke the second mark to Tony Jimenez. John, answer to your question. There is currently 53 cars on track, mate. And if you want to get yourself involved and fancy some Sunday night F3s, description's down, links down in the description below. So there is 53 cars here as well. Barris is still under attack. Oh, Nuop's off.
Oh, that was straight on a Variante Alta there.
Yeah.
And that was an error.
Yeah, I'm wondering if he's going to get a slowdown here, and Varani's going to be able to make use of this as they're coming on that run down into Ravazza. It might have been that he may have got away with that. I'm not entirely sure how he got away with it, but it looks like Nuoff may have got away with that one. Yeah, so as I was saying, John, if you want to get yourself involved, description down below, links are there. Join in and come and join on the regularly between 40 to 60 cars on circuit on a Sunday evening. And Varani's now got Nuoff in his sights. Nuoff's going to send him around a long way. Oh, he's going to turn around into Tamburello. Varani's
got him.
Yeah.
Varani got him. He had the slingshot coming through the Variante Bassa down the start-finish straight, and Varani just had the sheer get up and go. He had the wind going through his rear wing on that particular point, and it was easy. I think the thing is that Varani's just been a little bit more calm and composed, and will know the circuit very, very well, as will all of these drivers that'll have been training up ahead of this event, folks. But it's just that's
Morrow Milne.
That is Morrow, and he's right with Stu Milne, and that is the battle for 21st on the road. That's going to Villeneuve, I believe.
Yeah.
As don't put the throttle pedal down too early, Stu Milne, or make a mistake, and Chuck Morrow's up the inside of him. That was a good move there through Tozer from Chuck Morrow, and Stu Milne just had to avoid there like the plague.
Yeah, he ran it a little bit wide. Milne made a double move and was like, oh, nope, I am not getting involved in that one. But at the moment, Sandstrom is currently out in front by 4.3 seconds. We're not seeing much of the leader from the Alcantech team here. Currently out in front, and he's got his teammates Webster behind him. And once more behind that, 6 seconds down the road, is McIntyre Jones, who's only got 1.3 over Barris. Luca Varani's literally under a second now to Nuoff and Lado behind him, with Flint, Jimenez and Aberdeen behind that as well. So Aberdeen is working his way. He's got Jimenez in his sights now, Alex. Is this going to be another comeback? He's got 13 laps still to go here. How far do we think he can get? Can he get Lado in 6th and maybe Nuoff 7th?
Possibly, but that might be a tall order. I mean, especially with the fact you look at the gaps between Jimenez and Andy Flint, who's battling away with Kenzie Newhoff, and then Alex Liedo. If they start battling away like they are at the moment, that's going to give Lee Aberdeen all the motivation to go for a P6 finish. But it then just also depends on the fact that Liedo is 1.6 seconds behind Luca Varani, and Varani is one of Aberdeen's title rivals. So is Kenzie Newhoff, who put it, on second, who put it on pole. No, it was Stromstra that put it on pole. So the thing is, it's about damage limitation now from Lee Aberdeen. It's about how many points can I not lose tonight, not how many points am I going to be behind the others, because I know for a fact that with what happened, Ozlewski just drops behind Evan Way, who's made his way up to 12th position in the number 92. So it's about that damage limitation, and that's going to be crucial for Aberdeen right now.
Yeah, Zamota has just been off track. He's taken an off down at Aqua Minerale, unfortunately for Zoltan Zamota, and he drops down the order faster than a stone in the ocean and just plummets down. Demirbas and Weir, these guys have been swapping backwards and forwards for the last lap or so. Demirbas did clear Weir, and now Weir manages to get through again. But it looks like, as we're going to go down the start-finish straight, there's going to be a move down into Tamburello. The only question is, which way is Weir going to send him? Jacques Willems is in to the pits. Willems is in the pits. He's going to send him the long way around the outside of Tamburello. Are we going to be able to make it through? Is he going to be able to do this now? He's not, I don't think, but he might get the exit. Oh, he's going to try to cut back over Weir. He's not going to get it done this time around. On that run now into Villeneuve, and behind it, Suarez is sat there waiting. Is he going to dive up the inside? No. Oh, this is just non-stop here between these three. How is this going to go? Weir is at the front. He's sitting there thinking, please leave me alone. Oh, Demirbas and Suarez there gets past him as well. And it's all getting close, isn't it, here? Even with Lado, Flynn, Nuoff, Aberdeen and Bartolotta are all coming back through the field as well.
Yeah, Demirbas was absolutely sideways on the right rear coming out of Tosa, and it just gave Pedro Suarez the opportunity to get through, and the 45 did exactly what he needed to do. Lined it up within the inside. Neat and tidy. Matthew Gracie in the 707 is in the pit lane, and you look at what's happened over the course of this race so far. We've lost the likes of Joris Blum, Shady Ahmad, Arturo Mayorga, Philip Lucas, John McKenzie, two of the biggest incidents of the night, both going off at the same point in the circuit out of Aqua Minerale. Bartolotta going alongside, and that was Tony Jimenez, and Bartolotta now back up into 10th position, a second behind Lee Aberdeen, who's looking up the inside of Kenzie Newhoff. That's close through. That was close through Tamburello. Mamma mia, mercy me. Lee Aberdeen nearly had Kenzie Newhoff by the scruff of the collar, and it was about to throw him behind him as Demirbas has another off track. Evan Way has an off track. These drivers, because it's been so fast and frantic at the moment, Aberdeen is still trying to go for Kenzie Newhoff. They were trying to do their absolute utmost as they're going underneath the bridge here at Imola, down the dip into Rivazza. Bartolotta has now got a possible run on Lee Aberdeen as they're going to head down into what will be Aqua Minerale. And that's a bit of a late break on there from Bartolotta. He was right up the back wing of Lee Aberdeen, and Aberdeen is still trying to fight against Newhoff. a defend against Bertilla, who's looking to set it up the inside through Variante Alta. There's no room at the end there, I'm afraid. Number 157, you're going to have to do better than that, I think. And you're going to have to wait for another opportunity. But Bertilla just seems to be so measured and so late on the brakes.
Yeah, Sandstrom's just gone faster again, 136.36. Aberdeen's going to get the run on Nuoff. Bertilla's going to get the draft from both of them. We've seen this before when the guy at the back goes into the front of them. Here we go now. Is this going to be Aberdeen? Is he going to be able to make the move? He's pulled out. That's it. He's gone. Is he going to be able to hold this now? Nuoff settles in behind him. What Bertilla's going to do this time as well? I'm surprised Nuoff has got a nose.
Oh, Ferrari.
Oh, Ferrari's up. Oh, he's off the side of the circuit. Ferrari and Andy Flint is coming as well. Ferrari's taken a trip off the side of the circuit and has unfortunately now put himself in with Andy Flint and Lee Aberdeen, Kenzie Nuoff and Bertilla. Not three people, I've got to be honest. I want less than a second. Bertilla's trying to make the move inside Nuoff. He's not going to get it round toes at this time, but Bertilla is trying to come through the order here, Alex. And boy, oh boy, for these last 10 laps, he is absolutely flying.
Has anyone got the light of the Chinese fireworks ready yet? Because I certainly have, as have these drivers. And Bertilla is like a driver who's got the bit and between the teeth and has got the second wind. Now up through Aqua Minerale again here on lap number 20, which is soon to be completed by Jesper Sandström. So we'll have 10 to go. And Bertilla, I don't think is done yet. Nuoff has got to watch his rear wing. And Bertilla's got to watch the track limits just to be on the safe side, coming out to Variante Alta as they're on the run down towards Rivazza, the double left here at turns 17 and 18. Yeah,
they're going to go round once more. They're going to take the left here. Then they're going to go left again, and it's all about the exit. What can Bertilla do? Can Nuoff stay within the slipstream of Aberdeen? He's 4 tenths back currently at the moment. Is he going to be able to get onto the back of him? Aberdeen hugs the wall. But Nuoff's not going to get through, I don't think, this time around. I don't think Bertilla is. If he is going to, it's going to be a very late lunge. Nuoff's left the door wide open. He's left the door wide open. Bertilla is through. Nuoff's been burgled. He's lost his TV, his sofa and everything there as well. You can't leave the door open like that with Max Bertilla right behind you. He's trying to come back at him as well into the Villeneuve. He's not going to get it this time. Bertilla's on his way. He's now going to be chasing down Aberdeen here, Alex. And you can't leave the door open like that. He covered it off and then he just drifted right. I would have thought he would have stayed on that inside line, which we've seen has been so strong this evening for anybody on the inside line.
Yeah, like you said, he has been quite literally burgled. All the contents out of his house. Means an insurance claim is definitely winging his way via snail mail or email, whichever way you want to put it. But then there is Tony Jimenez, who, whilst they've been battling away, has closed on in. So the number 11 looking at an eye on a possible top 10 finish. But if Nuoff does exactly what he did with Bertilla last time round, Jimenez, all 4 wheels outside, coming out of the chicane of Variante Alta. That was a bit too close for comfort there for the number 11 from Spain for DriveX Esports. Oh, dearie me, but that gives Nuoff a little bit of breathing room as they go through the second left-hander here at turn 18 at Rivazza. But Jimenez has really got to start picking up the pace as another fastest lap by Jesper Sandström. 1 minute, 36.07. He's just like literally saying, I'm back. Have you missed me? Everyone else is probably thinking, no, but at least you're in the lead and you're pulling away. But everyone else is just battling as if their lives depended on it. I mean, Alex Liedo has got Luca Varani and Andy Flint closing in on him. They're separated, those three. That's a battle for 5th place by about 1.6, 1.7 seconds. Lee Aberdeen is now in 8th. I'm going to say this. Has anyone got the bat phone ready? And are they dialing Lee Aberdeen right now in the 122?
Oh, it's going to be interesting to see how much further he can get. He's got 1.3 up the road to Andy Flynn, and here is Weir and Putnieks with Otlobs behind him as well. This got very close just a minute ago down into the Tamburello, and Putnieks did not make that move through. He's gone through Tozer now. Weir is literally hanging on by the scruff of his neck here, and Putnieks has got hold of it, trying to break him out and trying to get past him currently at the moment. Weir's going again, not this time. Round the Piratella they go, on the run down into Aqua Minerale, the free part corner. There's one, there's two. He's going to be on the exit now. There is free. Up he goes once more, and it looks like Putney X may have the pace over Weir, but Weir is defending harder than the Jose Mourinho football team here. I'll tell you that much. If he's parking the bus, he's definitely doing it well. Putney X bounces the curve. Otlovs is going to close in now behind him. On this run down into Ravazza, is Otlovs going to make the move onto the double left. This is going all the way down here, and we are currently down in 16th, 17th, 18th and 19th here, Alex, and they're still battling like their life depends on it.
Zach Weir was actually sideways coming out of turn 13 at the exit of Aqua Minerale, as now Putney X has Ortlovs to the left-hand side, down the main start-finish straight. Ortlovs looking to get the side draft now. He's going to pull alongside, he's going to have the inside run into Tamburello. And is he going to make the move? Is he going to make it stick? He's going to dive it through up the inside, has to hold back. Putney X stays reserved, stays ahead, as now they go through the short shoot, the run down to turns 5 and here at Variante Villeneuve. And again, Ortlov's putting it to the outside. They've got to watch their six, because Chuck Morrow, as Demirbas has just gone off the circuit, and there he is, he's off the track. Demirbas has a drama on the run down to Toza. Ortlovs is trying to put Putney X under pressure. Mauro is now with them. These three covered by just 0.6 of a second. And this is the battle for P16. In the meantime, folks, Andy Flint has got Lee Aberdeen right with him, and Aberdeen is through. Aberdeen is now through for 7th position, but they are side by side. Aberdeen up to 7th on the run down to Rivazza.
Yeah, Chuck Morrow is getting involved here with Otlovs as well. Back down onto that battle we were in just a second ago, as we've just seen Aberdeen past Flint. And now Morrow is getting in once a piece of this action. He is tucked up here as well, right behind Otlovs, with Putney X from the Latvian Arrow team right in front. He's the orange here as well, and it is Otlovs squeezed in the middle. Is he going to be able to get him round the Ravazza? Not this time. It's going to be this run out. If he can clear this second exit, Morrow might get the run. I don't think it's going to. I think it's going to be more Otlovs on the back of Putney X. Putney X cannot leave the door open. Is he going to take the left-hand side? Is he going to send Otlovs run a long way? He's hugging that inside line tighter than my daughter hugging a telly. And here we go now. Otlovs is going to try and go around the outside into Tamburello. Is this going to work? They're going to be side by side. It's double side.
He's got it. He's got it. He's got it.
Oh.
But in the meantime, keep your eyes on Lee Aberdeen. Who's he right behind right now? Luca Varani in the 222. And there is Aberdeen. All right. I did say possible top 6 might be on the cards. I think. Well, how many laps have we got left? We're coming up to 6 laps to go very, very shortly. But if Lee Aberdeen clears Luca Varani, he's going to have to close down 2.5, probably the best part of 2.4 seconds in the run to the checkered. Varani will now know, and it's not just Lee Aberdeen. Look who's behind Aberdeen. The man he's just passed, Andy Flint, in the number 13.
Yeah, he's going for it as well. He's joined on to the back of this little trio of cars with Aberdeen and Varani now as well. And this is going to be the run. This draft has played such a huge part this evening. Is Aberdeen going to be able to make this move once more? He's tucked up behind Varani now. The gap's coming down. It's below a tenth. Varani's going to send him around a long way outside of Tamburello. Aberdeen's not even remotely fearful of this. He's going to try and take him too wide. He slots back in. He's going to look at getting the exit out of Tamburello and up into Villeneuve once more. Varani holds on. Aberdeen is just about to hold on from Flint. Flint's looking up the inside. Oh, thinks better of it there. And I thought Aberdeen was going to be under attack, but Aberdeen, the problem is once you make that move and you don't make it stick, the guy behind you is so close here, Alex, that he's now got under attack again and he's got to go again. How is he going to get away from Flint? Is Flint going to be able to now put Aberdeen under pressure that he can help Varani out? Or is Aberdeen going to say, well, I didn't get it once, but I'm going again and you've just got to try and catch up with me? Because if he doesn't, Aberdeen's going to be off within half a lap back up behind Varani again.
Well, Flint's got to be very, very careful because he went all 4 wheels outside of Piratella. So that will have been checked. So if there is a penalty coming his way post-race, because that is one of the corners being looked at by the race control team here at iGPFun, he just carried so much momentum. And you look now that Andy Flint is about 6/10 behind Lee Aberdeen, but Aberdeen is not close enough yet unless he gets a bit brave on the breaks through here into Rivatsa. You've got to just keep on plugging away. We've got 5 laps to go, and Jesper Sandström still has a lead of what is now 6.5 seconds over Kevin Stremstra, and Varani has got to now start fighting. I mean, if Aberdeen closes in, the only way that Aberdeen is going to get through at Tamburello is not by going high, wide and handsome around the outside. He's got to make sure that he forces Varani into a mistake, but the gap now is starting to increase between Aberdeen and Varani. It's nearly a second.
Yeah, he's going to try and once more go again. Chop Morrow is now still fighting it with Otlovs and Putnieks. Otlovs is off down the road. He's cleared Putnieks now. Morrow's going to try and send it around the outside into Tamburello once more. Is he going to be able to make it through? They're going to be side by side. Morrow's going to have the inside line. He makes it through. Chop Morrow, take a bow, son, round the outside. Into Tamburello there, Alex, and that is now Chuck Morrow up here as well. So Demibas and Potapenko fighting it out as well. Demibas trying to make that move. He's not going to get it this time as he's coming round the exit of Villeneuve. Is he going to get it on the run into Toza? He's looking racy. He wants that inside line, and nothing doing here with Demibas once more as he's fighting away with Potapenko. And this is down in 22nd and 23rd place here, guys. This is absolute incredible racing all the way through the field. Nuoff and Jimenez are having a nice little tidy battle as well. Varani's got the gap, still just nearly was out at a second. Is now down to 6/10 to Lee Aberdeen, so we will keep an eye on that one. And at the moment, I'm expecting Demirbas here, Alex, to try and make that move over Potapenko.
Yeah, Newhoff has been battling away with Ozluski for quite a bit of time. That's for 11th on the road, and Ozluski looking to get through on Newhoff and has done so, got the job done. Up to 11th goes the number 57. Andy Flint just had a brief off track, and that put the gap between him and Lee Aberdeen to just over 1.1 seconds, but it's what Aberdeen does now because he needs to really start reeling in Luca Varani. The gap is sort of stabilising at about 7/10 of a second. Victor Barris, in the meantime, is close to within 6.5 tenths of Will McIntyre Jones, and more importantly, that is for P3. Bottolotta closing in on Andy Flint now. They're separated by 6/10. Newhoff is 3/10 behind Ozluski and is looking to get back up into 11th position. But the laps are quickly fast running out here, James, because we're about to go on to lap number 28 out of 30 as Sandström is about 80% of the way through the lap.
Yeah, Barris is here with McIntyre Jones. This is the battle for 3rd place. Back markers coming into effect here as well. And currently on track at the moment for Will McIntyre Jones, it was Salito. Salito ducks out of the way. Barris is going to fancy his chances. He's surely not going to run around the outside. McIntyre Jones has gone into deep. Can Barris get the run out of the second part of Rivatsa? There's somebody off. That's Tilmakens off on the on the right hand side. Barris is going to go now. McIntyre Jones, get over. He's got to take that inside line. If he leaves the inside line open, he doesn't. He defends it now. Here comes Barris again, round the outside. Victor Barris, is he going to go through down into Tamburello? They're going to run side by side. It's job done already for him. Varani's got Aberdeen right beside him. Aberdeen's making the move into Tamburello. Got it done. Aberdeen over Varani. Oh, and Aberdeen now up into 6th place with a 2.6 second gap. I think it's going to be, that will be it, I think, for Lee Aberdeen, Alex. I think it's just too much to try and get Alex Leledo.
Yeah, that's a bridge too far to be crossed at this particular moment in time as we're coming towards the end of this race. But yeah, it was only a matter of time. Aberdeen just had to wait for his moment to strike, and he just got it done early in the lap. And Varani, I think, was pretty much quite powerless in order to try and mount a counter-offensive against Aberdeen. But then you look behind, there's Max Bortolotta and Andy Flint. They're battling over 8th position, just under 3/10 separate the pair, and it's getting a bit feisty at the battle because Victor Barris has passed Will McIntyre Jones for P3.
Barris is now trying to get away from McIntyre Jones. Don't forget, it's Webster up the road, but he's like 9 seconds or something up the road currently at the moment. and McIntyre Jones is going for it once more here as well. Now, the interesting thing about all of this is why all of these battles are going on in the mid-pack. We've also got Adam Talmsma in his own little battle with Cacafero and Knee here, down in 26th, 27th and 28th place. So there's still battles going all the way through the order. Scudiera Racing Forces Talmsma is having a battle here, and he's got Cacafero coming into Aqua Minerale now. Oh, Cacafero goes in hot. Is he going to be able to get him on the exit? He's not going to get in this time currently at the moment, but it is McIntyre Jones. Barris is there. He's right beside him. McIntyre Jones is going to go sweep round the outside of Villeneuve. Job done for him. And is now back into that third place spot again. And back markers are playing a part in this. Surely they've got to be playing a part. They are currently in the mix of the battle. Dorian Oreo's in there as well. That 37, and they've got to be putting this off because these guys have been backwards and forwards. And Barris is going once more. Oh.
It's heart in your mouth stuff, isn't it? At this late stage of the race, because the white flag will be out very shortly for race leader Jesper Sandström, but you know, Victor Barris is not giving up. He is giving Will McIntyre Jones the fight of his life for the final step on the virtual rostrum overall in this race. As they go into Variante Alta, less curb taken by Barris, but a little bit more taken on the in part of Variante Alta by McIntyre Jones. It's going to be the run to the Vatsa again. Is Barris going to be brave on the brakes? Gets a bit later on the brakes. Is he going to try for a crisscross? Well, he's not alongside McIntyre Jones, but the white flag is out for Jesper Sandström, who's leading by nearly 8 seconds ahead of Kevin Svenstra in the run to the checkered flag.
There's a white flag for all of them here with Barris and McIntyre Jones once more. McIntyre Jones is hanging on this. The leader is just going down into Toza. We will pick him up. Barris is going to be looking at the inside. Nothing doing here. He's got to try and get through cleanly.
Ferrari's just had an off-track. Bartolotta through. Flint through. Oh, Varani had got past Aberdeen and dropped it.
Oh, Bocci for Luca Varani there. We're going to have a quick look at what he'd been up to. Before we go back to this battle, it was Aberdeen. There was slight contact. Ferrari's up in the air.
Oh, he's lost the wheel. He's lost the wheel as well.
Yeah, everything's gone for Varani, but back up with McIntyre Jones here. The leader's coming through now into Variante Alta before he goes down onto the run into Ravazza. There's an off-track in front of us. We've got to be a little bit careful here as well. Koji Ito is off after this corner, so hopefully these guys will avoid Koji Ito. Big puff of smoke there. You can see him coming through now. It's like Raikkonen going up through Spa. But it is now going to be Jesper Sandström coming across the line for first place. Takes it by about 9 seconds. And an absolute stellar job there from Sandström. Comes over the line. Job done. He is your winner this evening from Jesper Sandström. And what an absolute incredible race from him. And it is going to be, by the looks of it, McIntyre Jones with Zwemstra in second. And McIntyre Jones is going to hang on to this place. Further back though, Jimenez is not giving up over Oleswinski, and neither is Flint. Over Aberdeen, it's going to be a straight run. Aberdeen's got no rear wing. Flint's going to try and go down into the line. Who's going to get it? Is it going to be Andy Flint? Is it going to be Aberdeen? It's Flint. Flint picks him at the line. Oh, Jimenez holds, Oleswinski holds on there as well. And Evan Way. Oh, wow, Andy Flynn with a wingless Lee Aberdeen there, Alex, passes him at the end. Varani was up on 2 wheels at one point, gone and dusted for him. But boy, oh boy, was that close. Potapenko, oh, Zamota drops it, yeah.
Coming into turn 17 at the Vatsa. My goodness. This has been crazy, this race. But kudos to Jesper Sandström. But yeah, I mean, Lee Aberdeen, you know, just trying to recall what I saw from the overhead cam. You know, Lee Aberdeen was up the inside of Luca Varani, and Varani just went flying and took out Aberdeen's rear wing in the process. So it was very, very lucky as the motor again spins it. But we're going to have a look here. Oh, up in the air, big time for Luca Varani.
None of you have got vertigo at home, unfortunately. I do apologise, but it was drastically close. Goes to go through the middle, look, and they come to connected. And that's it.
Yeah. Luca, that was not the time to get your elbows out, mate. That was not the time. He should have just let Aberdeen stay ahead and then try and go for an offensive. Yeah, and that's the rear wing. That was the rear wing. I thought it was a wheel. It was Aberdeen's rear wing that was flying off to the right-hand side of the circuit.
Yeah, definitely was there as well. And that was, well, absolutely incredible. Yes, the Sandstrom is out in front with Kevin Webster in second. McIntyre Jones is in third. Victor Barris in fourth. Alex Lado finishes fifth. Bartolotta battled back to sixth. Andy Flint got Aberdeen at the line for seventh there. Aberdeen in eighth. Olozwinski ninth. Jimenez 10th. Varani down in 11th after we've just seen what happened to him. Kenzie Newhoff down in 12th. Not been a good evening for Newhoff there. Normally he comes up from his grid slot, but unfortunately he's gone down from his grid slot today. Not ideal for Newhoff there. He's down, was he down 5 here with Evan Wade 13th, Suarez 14th, Clamseater in 15th, Zach Weir 16th, Chuck Morrows 17th, Marek Otlovs 18th, Marcius Putnieks 19th, Stu Milne 20th, Sinan Demirbas in 21st, Vyacheslav Podopenko 22nd, Zoltan Samota 23rd, Edward Amos 24th, and Nick Carty is in 25th, Adam Talmsma 26th, Sergio Cacapero in 27th, Reno Scatini in 28th, Cuny in 29th, Steve Ritter the lap down in 30th, Marcello Kessler a lap down after he's off as well, Dorian Orio a lap down in 32nd, Paolo Brem 33rd, Giovanni Salito 34th, and Tulmakens in 35th. Then going on from that one, Patrick Rowlands 36, Matthew Gracie 37. That's the last of the lapped runners. 2 laps down, we've got Koji Ito, Giancarlo Falero in 2 laps down as well. Maximilian Gerber in 40th, also 2 laps. And then the guys that are out of the evening are racing. Jack Willems down 14, Philip Lucas down 20, Ruben Val 20, Mayorga 20, John McKenzie, of course, we saw hit the curb coming out of Aqua Minerale and into the wall. He went. Shady Ahmed is at 46, Joris Bloom in 47th, Clark Williams 48th, Alistair Hay 49th, and Taylor Barnard, who I don't believe took the start with Williams and Hay there, and is down the order in 50th place. Well, I don't really know how to sum up that race, Alex, apart from incredible.
And at times, chaotic, James.
Yes.
But it was a great spectacle. We had wall-to-wall battling. You know, it didn't matter whether it was in the top 10, top 15, top 30, even outside the top 30. There was some great battles, and there was some great racecraft being showcased here at Autodromo Enzo Dino Ferrari, which this year, folks, celebrates its 70th anniversary as well.
Well, there we go. Absolutely incredible. Well, can you sum up that race for us in what do you need? A sentence, a paragraph, or a dissertation? What would you like?
1 sentence.
Go on, Em.
If you want to race on a Sunday night, come along to iGPFun.
Well, there you go. Get yourselves involved, guys. All links are down in the description below on how you can join in, get yourself involved into the Discord, and then come and reach out to the guys as well. It's been an absolute incredible evening of racing. Thank you, John Higgins Sr., for joining me. Jerome as well. Much love to you. Thank you for joining in. It's been absolutely amazing racing, and I think you can basically say just wow, wow, wow. And that is it for us up here in the booth, guys, for myself and Alex Goldschmidt. As always, take care, have a great week, and you never know, we might see you on the track sometime. Good night.